Hello everyone, it's Tuesday the 17th of December 2024. It's about a week to go now, I think, isn't it, until Christmas Eve. Oh, a week to go and I'm free of this. I'm going to be free of Tarquin forever. Although I will be keeping Tarquin. I'll keep your Tarquin for, I don't know, something to look at to remind me never to buy any science-based advent calendars again. I think if I do this next year, and it is a very, 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 very big if, I'm just going to buy fun things that don't require any grey matter whatsoever, because obviously I'm losing mine anyway. You know, how many more brain cells will be dead this time next year? So it's just going to be fun, fun, fun. If I'm still here and if I decide to put myself through all this again, and to put you through it as well, of course. I'm going to start with Tarquin. I've already decided, I've had a quick look, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing the experiment. I'm not wasting food, because there's food involved. What are we on? I think it's it's a skull today. Yep, 17th, got box 17. Awesome facts. Are they awesome? Awesome facts about your skull. The human skull is a remarkable structure made up of 22 bones. These bones protect the brain, which is the control centre of our body. Babies are born with soft spots on their skulls called, all these big words. Mark says, you should have come and asked me. I've got an A level in something to do with human biology or something, I don't know. So I asked him a question relating to something in the book and he didn't know it. So, you know, he may have an A level in it, but he's probably forgotten most of what he learned. Right, anyway, babies are born with soft spots on their skulls called fontanelles, something like that. These areas allow for the baby's head to be flexible during birth and for rapid growth of the brain. So we have to protect delicate babies' heads, don't we? Because of the soft spots. The skull is home to our teeth. There are spaces in the jaw where teeth are anchored. The bones in the skull are connected by joints called sutures. These joints allow the skull to grow and change shape as a child grows. Everyone's skull is unique, just like fingerprints. The size and shape of the skull vary from person to person, making each person's skull special. The skull is like our natural helmet for our brain. It's tough and hard, so it can do its job to help keep our brain safe from bumps and knocks. That's the topic of today's experiment. Be careful. It's important to remember that even though the skull is strong, we should still be careful and avoid doing things that might hurt our heads. Wearing helmets when riding bikes or playing sports is a good way to add extra protection. Protecting the brain, egg drop. So basically, look, well, let's see what we've got in the box. I think this experiment just involves dropping an egg. And I've dropped many an egg in my time, obviously not on purpose, and they tend to break. Oh, it's microwave oven safe. Oh, and it's raffle day again. This is a special day, it's raffle day, blah, blah, blah. So I've got to enter the raffle. I will enter it. Right, we do have a part. Look! We've got half a skull. Half a sixpence is better than half a romance, is better than half a penny, is better than none. Now, if you can tell me, oh no, I was gonna do a quick quiz for you. What that song is from? Well, it's pretty obvious. It's from a musical. That song. It's pretty obvious. I should have done the Crash Bang Wallop. What a Picture song. That might have been not so obvious. Anyway, still comment below. But we haven't got half a sixpence. We've got half a brain, half a skull, half a skull. Yeah, I could have called him Arthur. That was suggested. Does make sense now, but He's Tarquin to me, and he always will be in my hearts. What hearts? I've only got one. I'm not Doctor Who. Has he got two? I don't know. Anyway, David Tennant has gone all woke. Right. Anyway, shut up, Rog. Here's Arthur Skull. I'll be placing that on Tarquin at the end of this part of the video. And when I zoomed in, I noticed I've got some food on my fleece. I'm at home. I'm not going out today, possibly. I don't think I've any plans to go out today. And I've got a little bit of whatever that was. I think it could be soft cheese. But I was having cheese and crackers last night, and I think I dropped some bits. That's what that is. But it's polyester. It'll wash. So inside this, we've got some cotton wool balls. Cotton pads. So I'm supposed to provide raw egg as a model for the brain, various materials for padding and cushioning, such as rubber bands, straws, tape, etc. A tall structure or platform, e.g. a small ladder, a table, or any stable elevated surface, and a measuring tape. So basically, right, I'm just going to tell you what the experiment is, because I'm not doing it now. I'm just absolutely, you know. I was going all guns before, and I was getting through it. I was putting my hand in that water. And I've made the models. I've attempted to make the models, but I'm not doing it. Not going to do it. But anyway, the experiment, basically, we've got to prepare the brain, the raw egg. It's delicate. So basically, design the skull. Take the plastic cup and various padding materials, cotton pads and other padding materials you can think of, and try and be creative and create a skull to protect the brain egg from all angles. So basically, I'm going to take a raw egg. Well, I'm not wasting an egg. And I'm going to put it in this, and then put various things, and then drop it from an elevated surface and measure the height. And keep testing it until possibly I've smashed the egg. Wasting an egg. I'm not wasting an egg. The cost of eggs these days. So, you know, if you want to waste an egg, that's the experiment. Try to break an egg. Or instead of wasting the egg, just make yourself scrambled egg or a fried egg and observe how it breaks when you tap it on the side of the pan. Why does this happen? What happened to the brain egg during impact? How did the different materials and designs affect the protection of the brain? What did you learn about the importance of the skull in safeguarding the brain? This hands-on experiment helps to understand the role of the skull in protecting the brain, and also emphasises the importance of safety measures such as wearing helmets in real-life situations. So, you know, we all know. We all know! I've never worn a helmet. All the years I was a cyclist, I cycled at school, I cycled to work, both when I lived near York and where I live now, I cycled with no protection. And I have been knocked off my bike twice, once at a roundabout and once at a junction. The junction one, it was my right of way. A man in a white van hit me on this side, which is maybe where I started with my problem with my elbow. Wasn't going fast, but hit me on the right side. I was more in shock, and I made him. I can't believe I was that much in shock. I got into a strange man's van. It was an open back van. I think it was a member of council worker. And he drove me to the A&E, and I just sat there, and I was just shaky. And they looked me over, and I was fine, but I was tearful. It was just a shock, really. I was just in shock that I was hit. And then some silly cow in a Mini sort of cut me up on a roundabout near Clifford's Tower in York. But both those times fortunately, I wasn't sort of flung. I was sort of knocked off the thing. But yes, I remember being in shock, and the man in the van had a radio turned up, and he obviously saw I was in shock, and he turned the radio off. And he dropped me off. Anyway, I got compo from the council. I did one of those. Do you remember all those ads? No blame, no claim. If you've had an accident in the past 5 years, ring us up. So I did it. I thought, oh, might as well. And I think I got about £5 grand. I had to go to a doctor who wasn't my doctor, probably a bit of a charlatan, and he had to examine me and stuff, and basically questioned me about things. And although I didn't have any time off, the reason I didn't have any time off, because I had a week booked anyway off work, you know, the week after it happened, so I didn't have to lose any money. But I would have been off work had I been, you know, I was just in, I don't know, I was in shock, and I was a bit hurt, but not too badly. Anyway, so I got £5 grand. Something like that, which was easy enough. Oh, that clicks on nicely. Oh, Tarquin. Oh dear, there's something wrong with this model. Oh no. That is in the correct place. Let me just... His mouth isn't lining up. Right, his brain's come out again. Hang on, Tarquin. Are you talking to me now, you've half a brain? Right, well, I'm going to insert it again for you, because I'm not cruel. We've got one hole here and one peg there. The peg goes into the hole. Oh no, that might be. It might be. Oh no, hang on. It's okay. I did have it. It's at the wrong angle. Oh no, there we go. It is correct. Oh well, it is. It's slightly off. He's slightly off. Look at that. That's what's inside our bodies, folks. He is actually, yes. You can see, you can clearly see. There's his mouth. This is a bit too high. His eye's a bit higher up. But never mind, we get the gist. That's a skull. Obviously, in a real skull, this bit wouldn't be exposed, hopefully. That would be covered as well. But there you go. We've learnt roughly something about the skull. It protects the brain. I never knew that. Oh, look at that staining, look. It is cream cheese, I can assure you. And there we go. I hope you don't mind me not doing an experiment, but an egg's an egg, and I'd rather have an egg on my toast than on the kitchen floor broken. Let's see what gift we have. Well, it's not a gift, I had to pay for it. But let's see what item we have in number 17 of the Neal's Yard Advent Calendar. Here it is. Oh, I'm not looking. It's quite a light one, so it's going to be something small. Oh, it's very, very small. This is Wild Rose Eye Brightener. Visibly enhances radiance. Certified organic 10ml made in England. What does it say I have to do? Revives, smooths and reduces the appearance of dark circles and puffiness for brighter, revitalized eye area. Apply to clean skin morning and evening. Dot a small amount around the eyes, then lightly dab until fully absorbed. Warning: avoid contact with eyes. Yes, I've got a deep line here, I think on this side more than this side. You know, I don't think I'm gonna get anything done with it. Not going to get Botox or whatever. But I think that's the main sort of area on my face. I've used those things that were advertised on Ideal World. It's a temporary thing. You can still get it under various different brands. And it's this sort of clear serum. You have to really shake it. And then you just dab it on around the eye area and then leave it to dry. And it does tighten the area. It's a temporary thing, but they do work. But if you apply too much or don't apply it correctly, when it dries it can look like you've got crusty bits under your eyes. Anyway, that feels more refreshed, I must say. But really, I've not had anything. I've tried many things. Nothing really works. For those deep wrinkles, I'll just have to put up with it. Really, I don't think I look bad for 70. Let's be mindful. We'll be mindful about my... Look, it's getting down there, isn't it? Let's see, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's no extra, so this does finish on Christmas Eve. If I ever get an advent calendar with 25 windows, I'd have to do a special on Christmas Day, wouldn't I? Oh. Back to the bears. I've got an obsession with bears. Ah, well, I've already done it. I'm well ahead of this. I'm well ahead. Decorate mindfully. When the time comes to get your home into Christmas mode, I mean, what if I pick this last? What if I pick this on Christmas Eve? I mean, some people might put up their decorations Christmas Eve, take them down Boxing Day. I know someone who takes everything down Boxing Day, and my mum wants rid of everything. Probably she'll take hers down Boxing. Well, she only has a tiny little tree. I brought it down from the loft when I was last there. I said, well, it needs titivating. It's, you know, it needs redoing. Normally just shove it up there with all the bits on, and I said, you need to take everything off and redo it. It's a, you know, it's a tiny thing. Ugh, my mum's got the right idea really when it comes to decorating. She's not bothered about doing it, and I seem to remember doing the tree a lot of the time. Most of the time, I think, when I lived with my mum and dad, I did the tree anyway. So yeah, I've been putting up Christmas trees for many years. So, and this is the latest. Anyway, nobody's interested. You're not interested in anything I've got to say, according to one ex-viewer. I'm hoping they're an ex-viewer, because I don't want their sort of negativity in my life. It's my channel. I'll block anyone I want to block, you know. Right, okay, get on with it. When the time comes to get your home into Christmas mode, follow these steps for making the task a more involved and rewarding experience. Firstly, avoid going through the motions by disregarding your normal routine. Approach the task as though it's the first time you've ever decorated a house for Christmas. Well, how do I, you know, I do get the more or less the same result every year. But that's what you want at Christmas. Christmas is about doing the same thing every year. You get your own family traditions, don't you? And people like that. People like the familiar. I think I'm going. You know. People like familiar things at Christmas. They like to see the same things. It's tradition, isn't it? Just, you know, little traditions, like I was by the Christmas Radio Times. Mark, well, he abandoned this tradition. He normally wouldn't start eating mince pies until at least December the 1st. Well, it was the second week of November and he had mince pies. So his tradition went out the window. And there's certain things we do at Christmas, and it's comforting, it's familiar. We like to repeat, don't we? You must. Tell me what you like to do every Christmas. As long as it's not X-rated, you know. As long as you don't like your partner or hubby or wife to dress up as Satan Claus and roger you senseless on the stairs. I mean, you might like that, and why not, you know. Start with a tree. I normally do. Run your fingers over its needles. Focus your mind on the emotions and memories its iconic image evokes. If it's a real tree, take a good smell of its scent. Sorry if you can hear the washer spinning. We've got things to do today. For each decoration, each bauble, wreath and piece of tinsel, first hold it in your hands and examine it. Think about where it came from. Notice each detail of it and how it makes you feel. Do you think I've got time? I've got hundreds and hundreds of baubles and decorations. What am I going to do? I'm going to grab... Look, well, this is my latest one, isn't it? My lovely ABBA one. So that's going to be lovely, because it reminds me of that trip to Abervoyge with my mum. And, you know, that's going to be a nice... That's what I'm going to carry with me. It's, you know... Ah, so let's hold it. Let's observe it. Smell it. It's very plain on one side. All the action goes on at the front. Look, it's lovely. I don't think I've shown you it very close, but you can see this is the Abervoyge stage with all the lights, and these are the avatars. Now that must be Benny behind the piano. That's Frida. That's Agnetta. And that's Bjorn with the guitar. Look at that. So that's going to be a special bauble to remind me of that special time at Abervoyge when I took my mum and she really enjoyed it. So, right, I've appreciated that, but I haven't time to appreciate everything that I have on my tree. I mean, this mindfulness, whoever wrote these must think we've got time just to do all this ridiculous stuff. I mean, to be mindful, I think you've got to have time on your hands to be mindful. In my day, it's called daydreaming. I used to do a lot of that at school, apparently. Be fully present in the moment as you put each decoration up. Really think about where the best position for each one is and how it contributes to the overall appearance of the home. Take your time to find your optimal formation. Notice and embrace any feelings of excitement and anticipation for Christmas that build as you go through this process. This exercise merges orderliness with creative thinking and breeds clarity and satisfaction into a task that can sometimes seem daunting or repetitive. I wouldn't say putting up my tree and other decorations is daunting. I don't enjoy doing it, to be honest. It is very repetitive, but it has to be done. Well, it doesn't have to be, but, you know, it's done, and I must say it's a lot quicker to take down than it is to put up. But yeah, I'm not keen on doing it, to be honest with you. But being mindful and observing every bloody bauble and sniffing the branches and all that palaver isn't going to change the way I feel about putting up the tree. So I like it once it's up, but I do leave it up till 12th night because it takes so long. I'm not the one sort of person that takes it down Boxing Day. I've spent hours putting it up, so it stays for as long, you know, until 12th night or whatever it is, 6th of January, I believe. But sometimes I do wish I just had a little tabletop tree, fully decorated, wrapped in a bin liner in my loft, and I can just pull it down, plug it in, voila, it's done in 5 minutes. Sometimes I think that would be nice. Right, 17. It's a medium-sized doodah. Oh, it's got lots of bits in now. I'm still missing a little brown heart. Hopefully it's somewhere in the box. If I haven't found it on Christmas Eve, I'm going to have to open up the box and have a look. I've no idea what this is. It's lots of little pieces for choking children with. Do you know what? It's one of these odd things, isn't it? What on earth have we got here? I think I'll have to get the instruction book. Ah, right. Well, we've got 3. I think I can work some of it out. We've got. I think this is a German thing. I think these are to be held by the people. They're sort of Christmas. We've got a tree with a candle in. We've got a moon and a star. And I suppose this bit is a stand for them. Maybe these are something to sell, available for purchase. Well, I think that's right. I think it's something, I think they're sort of lanterns that can be carried and sold on the market stall. I'll quickly check the instruction book just to make sure. I've assembled whatever they are correctly, and here's Tristram holding the Christmas tree version. But I'm not sure what they are. I expect it's some German thing. They're possibly lanterns that people sort of can walk down the street holding up. I don't know. Doesn't look like anything we have in the UK anyway. So there we go. Let's summarise today's exciting video. So on day 17 we learned that the skull protects the soft, delicate brain, and we gave Tarquin here half a skull to cover up some of his brain there. We also learnt about decorating mindfully. I opened some lovely wild rose eye brightener in the Neal's Yard Advent Calendar, and we got some extra Christmassy decorations in the Playmobil Christmas market. Thanks for watching again, folks. Please thumb me up. Glad you stayed to the bitter end. It's always a good thing if you watch to the end, because you might miss something, you know. I know most of you probably turn off after a minute, but for all of you who watch to the end, thank you very much. Please tune in same time, same place tomorrow on the 18th of December, when I'll be revealing more Christmas wonders. Bye for now.